Hey there friends, what's going on? It's Kodiak here. Welcome back to another Legacy Gaming video. Honestly, I thought the Gollum game was dead. I had heard about it, then it just kind of vanished from the ethos. We had no idea what was going on with this game until like literally today. Daedalic Entertainment was like, hey, we've got a new trailer. We've got all these assets for you guys to look at and get excited about. Oh yeah, the game is not coming out till 2022. So this is a weird amalgamation with this game. I think a lot of people have been excited about a new Lord of the Rings title. We all knew that there was a Gollum game in the works, but we really didn't know the details behind it. We're starting to learn a bit more about the game. So there's a short interview. It's like 2.5 minutes. I've stripped out all of the boring parts because honestly, he just kind of spins his wheels talking about this game that's an adventure stealth game. We knew that. We knew that they were going to put the story around Gollum and that you were going to experience his entire adventure and be as true to the books as the developers have claimed they are. So there's a lot of interesting things with this Gollum game that's coming out. I wanted to dive into the new gameplay, the new information, and really just check it out with you guys, talk it through, because I am still very apprehensive about this game. You know that for the most part, I'm a cautiously optimistic person. I always warn you guys to go into games being cautiously optimistic. But this one I am still very much on the fence about. I love Shadow of War. I love Shadow of Mordor. I love those games, but I'm just not there quite yet with the Gollum game. But let me show you guys the clips. Let me know what you think, and let's get to it. I mean, it feels very Lord of the Rings-esque. Now it's a mix of gameplay, kind of cinematic stuff that they've rendered out, and then a little bit of gameplay. It's kind of a hodgepodge. That's a cool shot there. I really like that one with Mount Doom. I really like this. This is all the Mirkwood stuff. All of this, the green elvish stuff is Mirkwood. Little floaty in the jumps, but I guess that makes sense for Gollum. And then just some screenshots here at the end they released. Love the Mordor stuff. I think they really nailed the vibe there. And then we get the Mouth of Sauron as depicted in the books, face and all. And then of course, the King of Mirkwood himself. Then we have Gandalf. All right, so Lord of the Rings Gollum. You know, hot takes right off the bat. It looks okay. I'm really not sold on it. It looks like a B-level game at this point. Now, all of this footage is marked with pre-alpha, so I'm not going to say this is their final product. It's not even close, but this game has been in the works for quite some time, so to see that we're still this far away is a little concerning. Like 1 year out, there's still plenty of time to develop, but you don't change the structure of something in a year, right? Like the last year is really kind of not smoothing over the edges. It's a little bit more than that, but there's still a ways to go, but there's not that much time left. So let's step through this really quick. The first sequence here is very, very fast, clearly cinematics. We get our first kind of look at Gollum here. Interesting character. It's a decent depiction of him. I don't think it looks bad by any stretch. It's a little cartoony. It's almost like that realistic cartoon vibe, and I'm okay with it personally. All right, so clearly we're in some sort of spider nest here. Then some more shots. We get a first shot of him running on a wall here. Some of his climbing, some of the parkour elements. Here's another shot of Gollum. Looks okay. It's really hard to tell. The quality of the gameplay clips that they provided were not great, to be honest. And again, it's okay. It almost has that. There's a style of art that the word is escaping me. It looks okay. All right, some more cinematic stuff in the caves. Of course, Gollum always in the caves. I really love this shot. I love the detail on the face and the eyes specifically. The gold ring around the eyes, obviously symbolizing, the Ring of Power and his hunt for the Ring of Power, his precious. I thought that was really good storytelling. It's not a storytelling trailer since it was kind of like a mini interview, but I just thought that shot was really impressive. Really, really cool. I love the Mount Doom stuff. I really do. All of this Mordor stuff I really love. I love the orange kind of wash over everything, the foundries, the fire. I love all of it. And then it just juxtapositions so well with all of this Mirkwood stuff. And I'm really excited to see how they work the Mirkwood stuff in with the Mordor stuff. We know that Gollum was captured, taken a number of times. So I'm really excited to see that they're pulling on these two completely contrasting areas. And that's good. I think that's going to break up the gameplay really nicely. Really, really, really vibrant. This almost looks like a dwarvish, like some sort of dwarvish mountain. I don't know what mountain it may be, but maybe Moria, something like that. Looks, again, could be a third possible twist on the locations in the game. We do know that we're going to meet some old characters, some new characters. Really bad rendering here. There's some frame rate issues, but this is, again, one of the foundries of one of the orc places. Possibly, I don't know. Maybe it's Mordor. They didn't really say, but we see a lot of these different kinds of environments: fire, rock, cinder. That all those themes at play here. We do see a character like a human on the ground here. Possibly this is Gollum breaking out of Mirkwood. We see him climbing. Here's some of the gameplay stuff here. A little bit of just parkour stuff, scaling, walking. Nothing crazy. Love this shot. Him creeping around the side there, and then the war bats come flying by as he's staring out there at Mount Doom. Really interesting shot here. This is really the first gameplay shot that we've seen that's like, oh, this is what this game is about. It's about sneaking around. It's about getting through these places. I don't know how much combat is in this game. When they described it, they said action, adventure, stealth. They really didn't lean into the combat. They didn't talk about the combat. Of course, they didn't show any progression or anything like that. Again, we're far removed from actually knowing what this game is going to be. But it is a really interesting shot. We see a lot of stuff happening. Then we go right back to Mirkwood. Again, very vibrant, very lush. Really cool. Mirkwood, I'm really excited to check out. I really am. It's always been a place in the Lord of the Rings universe I've been interested in. Here's some of the climbing. Not bad, not a bad shot. I mean, again, it's nothing groundbreaking, right? We're climbing up a wall here. Some jumping. This is interesting. A lot of floatiness in the jump. Look at it almost looks like a frog jumping. It's really, really floaty, and people are either going to love that or hate that. He seems like his physics are a little off. Some more, climbing and hanging. Again, nothing groundbreaking. And then we have kind of the end. We get some screenshots here. That's a shot of the foundries in Mordor. Again, you can see a lot of characters around. I think there's going to be a huge emphasis on stealth and takedowns. I don't think you're going to have true combat. I don't know how they're going to get around that. I don't know how they're going to do that. But you see an archer there on the right side of your screen. You see some sort of soldier on the crane on the left. I guarantee you it's going to be about trapping people, dropping things on them, sneaking up to them, doing takedowns. I would put a lot of my money in that basket as opposed to like a straight combat system. Here's us sneaking by a war band. We've got this like weird pig boar creature mixed with a bear. They got some weird eyes looking at us here on the left side. It's like literally staring at us, but we're like, no, we're good. So again, some interesting artwork there. I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of those guys. I do like the way the orcs look. They're clearly bigger than Gollum, which I like. The proportions are right. They look menacing. They look like they could beat me up in one swing. And I do like that if they're going to lean into the stealth thing and they're going to make stealth and takedowns the key feature. I don't want to overpower orcs. I want to outsmart them. And I think that's really neat. What do we got? A couple more things here. Not exactly sure where this is. Really cool. We get some sort of solar system here. This again could be it could be some sort of like High Lord's place in Sauron's army, or it could be something elvish or dwarfish. It definitely seems to be that way. But those orange and red tones are still here, which leads me to believe this is some sort of dark place. Possibly the mouth of Sauron's lair, or for lack of a better term, his office. Here's the mouth of Sauron himself. We get to see him in full, and the developers want to double down on the fact that we actually get to see his face, something that no other game I think has ever done in the Lord of the Rings universe, and they have doubled down on the fact that they're trying to be as true as possible to the books. A lot of developers say that when making a Lord of the Rings game. They are saying it here. I love the kind of twisted mouth crown thing he's got made of teeth. Makes him look all that more menacing. And then we do get to see Thranduil, King of Mirkwood. I really love this depiction of him. feels like an elf. It still kind of ties into the movies and the cross section with the books, and I do think he looks really cool. I love the emphasis, obviously, on the greens and the wood in his armor. And then finally we get Gandalf. I think Gandalf looks really good here too. And of course, that's it. That is the Gollum game. So what do you guys think? Again, I'm not sold on this game. I'm not there yet, but I think it could be interesting. So if you guys have thoughts about the Lord of the Rings Gollum game, if this is a title you're going to be following, let me know in the comments section. I love talking to you guys about games. We check the comments every single night, at least for me, before I go to bed. I don't know when Livid checks the comments. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this one. And if you want more videos in your feed about video games in general, anything under the sun, we try and cover it here at Legacy Gaming. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and don't forget to come back to the channel when we post a new video. My name is Kodiak. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and play on.